Welcome to the Balance It Method podcast. If you're a working mom juggling a career, kids, housework, a social life, and endless piles of laundry, then you are in the right place, my friend. I'm Tamara, a mom, business owner, and your balanced living bestie. Each week, we will discuss simple, practical ways to better manage your time and energy so you can get things checked off that to-do list without burning yourself out in the process. If you're ready to take off that busy badge of honor and finally take control over life's chaos, then let's take this journey together as we learn how to balance it. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Balance It Method podcast. I'm your host, Tamara, and if this is your first time tuning into the show, welcome, my friend, and if this is not, welcome back. This is the place where working moms are coming together to talk about all of the things that we struggle with day to day, and we figure out ways to simplify doing them, to systemize them in our lives so that we can check them off the list and not have to think about it anymore, which helps to reduce the mental load, which helps to reduce the amount of things that we need to think about every day, and it helps to regulate our nervous systems. Now, today, this is an episode that I wasn't planning on recording. It wasn't on my content calendar to come on and talk about this topic, but I have been struggling with something, and I think it may be something that other people are struggling with, and there are a couple things that I've been doing that have been helpful, and so I thought I'm going to come on and talk about it. Well, I'll share what I've been doing, and hopefully if you're struggling with this as well, that it will be helpful for you. Now, this thing might be something that you've always struggled with, and it's not just a new thing, but these strategies will help you with that as well. So what I want to get into today is a talk about screen time. Now, usually I am pretty good at upholding my boundaries around screen time. My sleep is extremely important to me, and I usually am able to turn my phone off, put it in another room, charge it in another room for the night, and not touch it until like after breakfast the next day. And I rarely ever open social media until like later in the day. However, this world we're living in right now, there's a lot going on, and it is hard to want to stay informed and stay up to date on what's happening, and also hold boundaries around your nervous system and around your time that you're spending taking in this information. At least I've found it very, very difficult, and I've let my screen time boundaries slip for the last little while, and it's affected my sleep. It's affected my mood, of course, because it's affecting my nervous system all day, every day. And I decided a little while ago that I needed to set up some more boundaries, some higher walls, if you will, around accessing my phone. I need it to be harder. I need the option to make the wrong choice of picking up my phone and opening and scrolling on those apps harder. And maybe you've been experiencing this lately as well, because there's a lot to take in, and we want to stay informed, and all of that is good, but we also need to remember that we need to take care of ourselves, and we need to, if you're part of the Balance It Method, it's all about showing up with intention, and trying to be the best version of ourselves. And quite frankly, that's just really difficult to do when your nervous system is like on fight or flight mode all the time. And I don't know about you, but I'm an Aries over here, and whether you believe in astrology or not, I am the actual definition of an Aries. So like flight and fawn and freeze aren't even like part of my nervous system response. It's just fight all the time. And so, yeah, I can be kind of grumpy and angry and and reactive when my nervous system is out of whack. So I really need to work on that so that I can show up for my kid, for the things that I have going on in my life that also matter, that are also important in addition to staying informed. So I'm going to go through a couple things that I've been doing that work really well, and they're super easy to set up for yourself. And if this is something that you've struggled with for a long time, like struggled with your motivation or your willpower to not pick up your phone, these will also help you for that. Okay, so the first and most helpful thing that I have done is to download an app called Foqus, and that's spelled Foqus. I'll link it up below for the App Store so you can check it out for yourself. It's a free app, but basically it allows you to go on and block certain apps during a certain part of your day or at a certain place even. And so basically you go on and you set up a profile of how you want this to work for you. So one of my profiles is affectionately named Go to Sleep Idiot. And you go on there and you set up this profile. You tell it what apps you want it to block. You can block Safari as well, or your internet service provider, whatever that may be. And then you can also block any domains or websites that you don't want it to be able to access. And then you go in and set up a blocking strategy. So there's a lot of different options for that. The one that I have been using is the NFC tag blocking strategy. So if you're not familiar with NFC tags, they're my new absolute favorite thing in the entire world. I'm going to do a YouTube episode about showing all the different uses that I have for them in my life, because when I discovered them, I'm like, oh, this is game changer for so many things. But anyway, NFC tags stand for near field communication, and they're like the same technology that would be inside of a key card for a hotel room. So like you tap it on the doorknob and it unlocks it. So this, you tap your phone to the NFC tag and it does an automated response. So basically for this automation that I was setting up, I have a set schedule where at 9:30, that's my bedtime. That's what time I like to turn everything off and be in bed. But like I said, I've been really bad at that lately. So I have set it up to block all social media apps at 9:30 every night. And then if I want to override that blocking mechanism, I have to manually scan my phone to this NFC tag, which has been placed in a really inconvenient place in my home, so that if I'm in bed and I've been scrolling on social media, it will kick me off the app at 9:30. And then if I want to continue, I have to make that intentional choice to get up out of bed and scan my phone. So these little NFC tags that I've got, they're so cheap. You can get them on Amazon. I think I bought 100 for like $20, which I'll link up below for you to have a look at. But they have been really, really helpful in this. But there are other options for unblocking if necessary. But having this set up just allows me the opportunity to my brain to be like, okay, I have to make an intentional decision right now. Which usually at that time I am able to make that intentional decision of go to bed, idiot. The other space that I'm using this technology in is when it's time to pick my kid up from school. So at 3:00 every day I get to school. I have about 15-minute wait before I have to actually get out of the car and go and get him from his lineup. And that's another opportunity for me to be scrolling on social media. And so what I've done is I've blocked the apps at that time for when I get to the school. But then I've gone and taken that a step farther, and I have gone into the Shortcuts app on the iPhone. I'm not sure that they have something like that on other phones, but look into it and see if there's other automations that can be set up on those phones if you don't have an iPhone. But the Shortcuts app allows you to create automations similar to the app blocking one with the Foqus app, but like I said, there's a million different things that you can do with those NFC tags, and all of those automations are mostly set up in through this Shortcuts app. So you go into the automations, and then you can put like, when I arrive at this time at this location, open this app or do this next thing. So I have the automation set up that at 3:00 when I get to the school and I pick up my phone, it automatically opens a meditation app. So then I have that intentional decision to either turn on a meditation, or I can scan the tag to override that action. Now, the NFC tag for this automation I do keep in my glove box, so it's not that far away, because the majority of the communication I have with my residential cleaning clients is through Instagram. So if there is something that I need to communicate to a client at that time, I do have to override it. But the decision has to be made to do that, and that's the important part, is that intentional decision needs to happen, instead of just automatically picking up the phone and my thumb automatically hitting the Instagram button or the Instagram app to open it up. So those are just a couple things that I've been doing that is helping me to unplug from social media, unplug from my phone for a little while, and hopefully it's something that can help you too. And that's what systems are really built for, is to not have to rely on your motivation or your discipline, but to have them automatically run in the background of your life so that things are easier and it's easier for you to show up intentionally, because that's the kind of productive that we want to be as part of the Balance It method, is present and regulated and available. Okay, friends, this was a little different. I feel a little different recording this episode, as you can probably hear in my voice. A little less energy to go around right now. And if you've been feeling that too, I'm right there with you. So hopefully these little tricks can help you to gain back a little bit of your mental capacity. So go to sleep, idiot, and I'll see you back here for the next one. Bye, guys.